When I lift the trophy, I think about everything I did to get here.
It's a great time with the trophy and the supporters. I always try to do my best, produce the perfect piece of skill, as if it was the last of my life. It was incredible to work with a legend like Gigi. I think we did a great job this season.
Hey coach, now you have to sing for us.
He's quick, so I gave him something to chase. When you score the first, you want to score a second, a third, a fourth.
After some eye-catching performances at the FIFA World Cup in Russia last summer, the Rouge et Bleu Stars met up again during pre-season training in Singapore before heading to Shenzhen in China for the 23rd Trophée des Champions against Monaco. The first competitive match of the season was also the first for the new man at the helm, in German coach Thomas Tuchel. Les Parisiens opened the scoring on the half hour with a superb Angel Di Maria free kick. Less than 10 minutes later, Christopher Nkunku doubled the advantage from Stanley Nsocki's assist.
We were feeling very good, and perhaps Monaco were not in great form. That explains the big score.
It's a trophy there to be won, and we won it, 4-0. That's a big win, and a good way to launch our season. Stanley Nsocki provided his second assist for Timothy Weah's first competitive goal. Di Maria then finished off a superb team move as it finished 4-0 and Paris Saint-Germain won the Trophée des Champions for a record 8th time.
I was very happy for the coaching staff because they'd worked very hard. A lot of players came back late from the World Cup. It wasn't easy.
After 85 minutes, I was near the touchline and I heard the players behind me saying, hey coach, now you have to sing for us. It's a bit different, but I liked it. I think the players here are a little more courageous than in Germany, perhaps. I like it. They're really close. They wanted a close relationship. That's not a problem for me. And they said, like any new player, I had to sing an initiation song. Back in France, Paris opened their Ligue 1 title defense at home to Caen. And before the match, the Parc des Princes paid homage to the club's newest 3 world champions.
I was very happy to be back with the squad, with my mates, and it was incredible to get to know a legend like Gigi.
C'était palpitant aussi de connaître une légende, Gigi.
The opening match of the campaign and a home debut for the new summer signing Gianluigi Buffon, the legendary Italian goalkeeper, for the first time in front of his new fans. Thomas Tuchel's side fulfilled their side of the bargain. The start of an incredible winning streak. Neymar, Adrien Rabiot and Timothy Weah making sure Paris stayed undefeated on the opening day of the season for the 7th year in a row. A week later in Guingamp, Kylian Mbappé made his first appearance of the season, and the young World Cup winner received a fitting welcome from the home fans.
I thank the Guingamp supporters for the ovation that day. It was honestly very nice. After that, the aim is always the same: play to win, to score, and leave my mark on the match.
Introduced at half-time, the teenage world champion scored twice to secure the win and become the first player to score 30 Ligue 1 goals before his 20th birthday in the last 45 years of French football.
I scored twice, we won 3-1, it was perfect.
In week 3, Angers were beaten by the same score back at the Parc des Princes.
At the start of the season, we did an incredible job.
It's true, we made a very good start to the season.
It was a very tough away match to Nîmes, with a great atmosphere.
Nîmes reserved the first scare for Paris. Angel Di Maria scored straight from a corner to give Paris a 2-goal lead at half-time.
I always want to score like that. From time to time, in certain matches, I try it. There, I scored on Olympico. And of course, I was very happy with that.
But Bobichon and Savigny pulled it back to 2-2 for the Crocodiles.
We were struggling a little. On the counter-attack, they'd hit the crossbar, and they were coming on the attack again. But I managed to win the ball. Then I dribbled a little. I chose to knock it long to Kylian. I know how fast he is, so I really hit it long and high. And it came down with snow on it. We all know Kylian and how quick he is. He got in front of his man and scored a magnificent goal.
Les Rouges et Bleus ran out 4-2 winners and were undefeated ahead of the home match against Saint-Etienne.
When I arrived, the championship had already started, and we were on a great winning run, beating records. It was an incredible start. We showed everyone that we were the team to beat.
Against another unbeaten side in week 5, Paris swept Les Verts aside 4-0 for Juan Bernat's debut in the French capital. It was a surprise that we were able to start winning right from the start of the season. It was really extraordinary.
I think those first 6 months of the season, even a bit more, were really, really strong.
Paris beat Rennes to make it 6 in a row with a goal from Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting. It's a real pleasure to play with guys like Neymar, but all of them, Neymar, Draxler, Verratti, Cavani, Meunier, Mbappe. I could name every player. They're all great players, and it's a pleasure to play alongside them. Reims at the Parc des Princes, and then Nice at the Allianz Riviera. Both suffered the same fate. No one could resist against a Paris Saint-Germain side that made its best ever start to a season and had scored at least 3 goals in every game. A performance unmatched since 1953. When Lyon visited the Parc des Princes in week 9, Paris could set a new French record of 9 straight wins, beating Olympique Lillois' previous best. It was not an easy match, especially in the first half because Lyon played very well.
We knew it was going to be difficult. We were 1-0 up early. And then came the red card. You can see on the replay that I tackled with my right foot, and I don't know how to tackle with my right foot. I tackle with my left, not my right. I didn't hurt Tanguy, but you can see on the video that I made contact on his shin. In the end, I think the red card opened up the match a little bit.
Kylian is there to score goals. That night he could have had 8, but he got 4, which is already incredible. You have to actually do it. But that's Kylian.
When you score a goal, you always want to score a second, a third, a fourth. I would have liked to have scored 5 that night, but there were no more chances. Maybe next time.
The second international break of the season did nothing to slow the capital club, who produced another stunning performance against Amiens.
Making that difference is what I'm here for, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen every game. Against Amiens, I scored after a number of ricochets, but it was still my first goal. The assist that day was also my first, but when you play with players like Cavani, Neymar and Mbappe, when you pass them the ball, there's an 80% chance that the ball is going to end up in the back of the net.
A 5-0 win, and the ideal way to warm up for a classique, away at the Stade Velodrome in Marseille.
It was my first start in a really big match. It was the chance for me to show that I wasn't just making up the numbers here at Paris Saint-Germain.
Mbappe and Draxler on the score sheet as Paris made it 11 straight wins to start the season, equaling a record in Europe's top 5 leagues.
I was very determined when I came on. I scored the first, I started the move for the second, and we returned from Marseille with the win.
The big matches, and this season I had the pleasure to score again against Marseille in Velodrome, and that was one of my favorite moments.
Second place Lille could do nothing to stop the champions. Lille was a very, very strong side, one of the best in Europe on the counter-attack. But here at home, after that match in Marseille, we played really well.
I play football, every match, as if it was the last of my life. And I always try to do my best. Always do the best bit of skill. Make that difference, as if it was the last game in my life.
Away to Monaco next up, the club's all-time leading scorer Edinson Cavani showed off his style with a hat-trick at the Louis II. While sidelined for 6 months with a knee injury, DANI ALVES made his return to competition at home to Toulouse.
During that time, the days are long. They go by slowly. But when you come out on the other side, you are much stronger than you were. I know my potential. I know what I can still offer Paris Saint-Germain, offer the coach, and of course, bring to this team and my colleagues.
Another chef d'oeuvre from El Matador handed Les Rouges et Bleus a 1-0 win. It wasn't until December that Paris dropped their first points of the campaign, a draw away to Bordeaux that put an end to an incredible record-breaking run of 14 wins in as many matches. For 14 league matches, we did so well. We won all of them, set a new record in Europe's top 5 leagues.
14. We would have liked to keep going, but it was so difficult. We did our best.
We got to the point where everyone was saying, "Oh, it's easy, it's so easy." And then, "Boo, they drew with Bordeaux, boo." But it doesn't work that way.
We showed remarkable team spirit. We showed a great work ethic, and that we were a real team. The 14 straight wins were the logical reflection of all of the effort that we'd put into the beginning of that season.
La normale conséquence de ça.
It's true that we were hurting because they knocked us out of the cup, and we did what we needed to pay them back.
And pay them back they did, with interest. At half-time, Thomas Tuchel's men were already 3 goals to the good, courtesy of 3 superb strikes. Neymar Jr. and Kylian Mbappe were already on the score sheet when Edinson Cavani opened his account on the hour mark, finishing off a great team move. Individually, those 3 can make the difference at any moment in a match. The Uruguayan netted his 100th goal in all competitions at the Parc des Princes. Doubles for Mbappe and Cavani, and then Neymar barely 2 minutes later. And it wasn't finished there. Edinson Cavani completed his hat-trick with goal number 7. They have so many qualities. It's a pleasure to play with them. El Matador then provided Mbappe with a hat-trick of his own, and goal number 9 came from Thomas Meunier, as Paris recorded their largest ever home win in Ligue 1.
It was truly exceptional. The coach was also telling us that we could beat records like we did in previous seasons. We could break records that were set, most of the time by Paris Saint-Germain already. And you mustn't underestimate the work done by the coaching staff, the players, the entire club, and of course, the supporters too.
Undefeated up until now in Ligue 1, Les Rouges et Bleus lost for the first time in week 23 2-1 away to Olympique Lyonnais, despite a host of chances to get, at the very least, a share of the spoils.
There's a lot of running in France, a lot of pressing, and also it's a very physical environment.
When you lose, you have to pick yourself up quickly, because if you stay down, people start talking. You have to get straight back to winning ways. After that first slip-up, Paris Saint-Germain did just that. Bordeaux, Saint-Etienne, thanks to a wonderful Kylian Mbappe goal, Montpellier, Nîmes, Caen, Dijon. No one could stop the capital club. Les Rouges et Bleus racked up another 6 consecutive wins before arch rivals Olympique de Marseille came to town for Le Classique.
We were desperate to win this match.
Kylian Mbappe, on the scoreboard in his 6th league match in a row, opened the scoring in first half stoppage time. And while Saint-Germain equalised just after the restart, it was then that Angel Di Maria decided to turn on the style.
It was a very nice goal. I got the ball, and normally, when there isn't much space or much of an angle, the keeper doesn't think you're going to shoot, more likely cross. That's why I shot quickly, and it went in. Marco came and told me to cross it. I said, no, I'm shooting. He said, it's too far. And I said, no, the new goalie isn't warmed up yet, he's not ready. I'm shooting. I was really confident that I was going to score with that free kick.
Next up for Paris, a trip to Toulouse and a very tough match in Le Stadium, where Alphonse Areola shone.
He ran onto a ball, one-on-one near the penalty spot. I saw the potential when he had his back to goal and decided to close him down as quickly as possible, not give him time to think and beat me. I think my quick reactions rushed him. He shot, and luckily, I wear size 47 boots.
In the end, it was Kylian Mbappe who netted the winner for Les Rouges et Bleus. Top scorer in the league, the world champion scored in 7 consecutive Liga matches, just one short of club record holder Carlos Bianchi.
The team needed me, and I was in good form while the other players were injured. I scored a lot of goals. I was very happy to be able to help the team.
After win number 26 of the campaign, Thomas Tuchel's side were rewriting the record books with 80 points after 29 matches. It was only a matter of time before Paris were crowned champions. And after 3 matches without victory against Strasbourg, Lille and Nantes, Les Rouges et Bleus mathematically secured their 8th Ligue 1 championship before stepping out onto the field against Monaco in week 33. The second fastest title triumph after Les Rouges et Bleus circa 2016, it was Kylian Mbappe who scored a hat-trick against his former club, his 3rd of the season, as Paris celebrated the title in style.
It was one of the best seasons in the history of Ligue 1.
It was still an extraordinary league campaign. We won it again. Everyone says it's easy, but it's never easy.
The championship is very difficult, and we made it look easy. We managed to win it with several matches to spare. It's never easy winning, even if you are the strongest team. I have to say, I think we did a great job.
It's an incredible feeling for a player to win the league. For me, as a Frenchman, to win Ligue 1 once, twice, 3 times, I can't find the words. It was extraordinary. It was my first championship win, and you never forget your first time. On the back of this dominant Ligue 1 display, coach Thomas Tuchel signed a one-year contract extension and is now tied to the club until 2021. It's very good. It shows we have the confidence of the club, and that's the most important thing.
He's a coach with a lot of character, and it shows in his philosophy, the way he wants us to play. He's a coach that says what he thinks. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. He calls it the way it is.
He's a very good psychologist. He understands the players' mentality, how we think.
Right from the start, he was very close to us players, in order to understand each individual, to know their strengths and their weaknesses. I really like him. I hope we can achieve a lot together. It's a great pleasure to work with him.
The final home match of the campaign against Dijon was a festive occasion inside the Parc des Princes, sold out for the 52nd match in a row. And before the traditional post-match fireworks to celebrate the end of the season, there was plenty of entertainment down on the pitch. And in the end, another 4-0 victory, courtesy of Angel Di Maria, Edinson Cavani, and a Kylian Mbappe double. Mbappe finished top scorer with 33 goals, as Paris earned 91 points, the best attack with 105 goals scored, and for the first time ever in French football, at least one goal scored in every single league match. As they finished the season undefeated at home, Paris Saint-Germain were merciless in their march towards an 8th Ligue 1 title in the club's history. For me, it's very special. When I lift this trophy, I think about everything that happened to get me to this point.
It's my first league title. It's incredible. I think about it every day, that Ligue 1 title and the Trophée des Champions. I think it's incredible.
It's my first title. I'm very proud to play for this club. It's an honor to win and be champion.
It's very important to celebrate these things with our families, the fans, everyone who's supported us throughout the season.
Durant cette saison.
It's a great time with that trophy, with the supporters, with every member of the Paris Saint-Germain family inside the stadium.
Abonnate al canal de YouTube de Paris Saint-Germain.
Abonne-toi à la chaîne YouTube du Paris Saint-Germain.
Subscribe to the Paris Saint-Germain channel.
Inscreva-se no canal do YouTube do Paris Saint-Germain.